Hello lovely people. I've got a flip through of 3 lovely Japanese books. That's a series called Love Fantasy, and I thought, since they're not like huge books, I'll just show to you all 3 in one video, and we'll have a look, and hopefully you will enjoy looking at those little books. So you might have, probably you have seen the first one and maybe the second one on other channels. I definitely have seen the first book on Megan from Colorful Pirate channel, definitely. She's got that book and she showed it in one of her hauls. And I've seen also this book on Lovelas channel, and again she showed that one in one of her hauls. So I'll link their channels down below in the description box as well. I have not seen that one. Doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Somebody haven't shown it. I just haven't stumbled upon it on YouTube. So all 3 books belong to one series. It's called Love Fantasy. The last one was released maybe a month ago or so, something like that. So I'm hoping that this series continues. That's not a trilogy, I hope. That it'll be bigger than just those 3 books, because I really like those books. They are not very big, and they're very different. So I find that each one of those books is very different than the next one, which I think is quite exciting. So I think everyone can find one at least that they particularly like and would like to color. So okay, so without much more waffling about, let's just have a look at them. The first 2 books have it's not matte cover, it's kind of semi-matte. It's like a linen paper kind of feel, slight texture, just a little bit. So they like semi-glossy, so hopefully I won't blind you with those. Whilst the third one, this one, I have to be careful because I definitely can blind you with that one. This one's very glossy, so the cover is different than the other 2. Okay, so let's go maybe in the order that they were released. And the first book is called Mysterious Forest Animals, and it's illustrated by Fumi Hamano. And there is a little index at the beginning, just a little bit of instructions. And then there are images from the book colored by the artist as an example. So it gives you an option that if you want to follow the way that they've colored, you can, or you can do obviously whatever you like and choose completely different way to color them. But the example pictures are quite pretty. And might give you some inspiration at least to, to what you want to do. So yeah, it's a very pretty book. It's all about all sorts of animals. The coloring book starts here, and there are 21 images in the whole book, 2 of which are postcards at the end, which means that there's 19 full-size images and 2 postcards. And you have all sorts of animals featured in the book, and also variety of situation, if you like. So some of them are, quite anamorphic, like animals doing kind of human things, or not so much, like this one. It's more, I wouldn't say realistic because that's garlic, so that would be very tiny lemur. so it's not totally realistic. I think that they are whimsical to an extent, but the surroundings of the animals might be a little bit more kind of towards natural environment, whilst like this one is like completely, you know, bears having a picnic or camping rather. Very, very beautiful. See, like we've got some exotic animals and they all amongst the fruit, very oversized fruit. So yeah, the concepts are really interesting. And that's a snow globe. Right now I find snow globes scary to color, so won't be the first picture that I tackle probably. Still intimidated by snow globes, but we'll see. Eventually I get to one. And that's some Australian animals as well. Oh, that's very cute. All the images, I find that they're very, very cute. This one as well. There's a little circus. Oh, this is very interesting. I think the last 3 or 4 are my favorites because they all like autumn and winter, which is my favorite seasons. This one's beautiful. Love this one. Perfect for autumn. So is this one. And I love the sugar glider in here. Adorable. And that's the last one, which possibly my favorite because it involves knitting, my other hobby that I love. And I also like winter scenes. And 2 postcards, so birthday postcards. Happy birthday. This one has happy birthday on it. This one doesn't have anything. Yeah, 2 postcards. And the postcards are not the repeats of the full-size images. They are completely different images. So yeah, 21 in total, 2 postcards. And this was Mysterious Forest Animals by Fumi Hamano. And then the next one, I apologize for translation straight away because it's probably something more beautiful than what Google Translation says. So according to Google Translate, and this is Dream Child Kingdom, so it's probably more like, I don't know, Childhood Kingdom, I don't know, something like that. It involves dream and children. So this is illustrated by Kurahashi Rai, and you've got artists Twitter and website and Instagram handle in here if you want to have a closer look. And similarly, you've got little instructions and colored images. And I found those images in this particular book are colored in a way that gives me some ideas because they're very solid, flat background, which I probably don't use enough, and they look beautiful. If only I mastered acrylic background that is non-streaky, which I will try. It's probably never going to be completely non-streaky, but reduce streakiness. I watched Pixie's tutorial, I think it was Pixie's tutorial on acrylic background that is non-streaky, so I will try. See, like this stands stands out so much on this background. I think it's absolutely stunning. Simple, but sometimes simple is good, you know. Yeah, so very, very pretty and very interesting images. Lovely art. Okay, and the coloring book starts here. So we've got 22 images in this one. 4 are postcards, so that would be 18 of full size, and 4 postcards. The line art in here is like a little bit sketchy. Can you see? it looks very much hand drawn. And really beautiful, very lovely images, really like them. And it's a kind of involved children's playing. I translated some of the titles just out of curiosity in this one. I don't remember all of them, and I didn't translate all of them, but this one I remember is called True Feelings. And I imagine that's because the little girl is enacting maybe her true feelings through the puppet, which is a very interesting, kind of deep concept, isn't it? I can't remember what that one's called. This one's called Balance. Kind of obvious why. This one was called, is called Support. Again, kind of, you can see why. And this one was Light and Shadows, so shadows and light. And if you remember at the beginning, the colored image of that one was that little boy and the crown coming out of his shadow, which is again such an interesting, exciting concept. Beautiful, this one. And this one was called Symmetry. I remember a few of them, but not all of them. That's because it's kind of obvious why it's called Symmetry. Yeah, I don't think I remember any more of the other ones. What does it say here? Don't look away from reality. Yeah, interesting. I love this one. Bunch of angels. And postcards. Again, the images on the postcards are not repeated, so they completely new images. Yeah, so this is Dream Child Kingdom by, what's the artist's name? Kurahashi Ray. And the last one, and I try not to blind you with that one, it's called Flower Language, Fairies of Wonderland, and is illustrated by Mashu. And yeah, it has a very, very glossy cover. And again, it has an index and little instructions and examples of colored artwork. Very beautiful. And then again, quite a bit of a solid background. And that looks like Alice in Wonderland. That's a little bit Halloween-y. And this looks like Sleeping Beauty. I don't think those are like fairy tales. I think it's just a couple, Alice and Sleeping Beauty. I think they are fairy tale characters. And the coloring book starts here. And yeah, those are so pretty. Of course, this book is completely different than the other two, which I find absolutely exciting, that they're so different. It's like, you know, when you think about it, if you were to guess what would be the next one, and even what the line art would be, or the style of anything, there is no way, because each one of them is in completely different style, different subject matter, different style of drawing. Everything is different about them, which is, I think, is exciting. So the lines on this one, I'm not sure if it's showing, but let me just show you for comparison. On the text in here, it's like, you know, black ink and quite crisp and thicker line. And on the actual image, the lines are very delicate, really delicate. In places, even, I would say, faint. And it's definitely gray, not black ink. It looks, and some of them, like those ones, which I think those two are underwater, and they are lighter than the rest. But even in those ones, which are not underwater, the still lines are grey and very, very delicate. But I find this book really beautiful. I mean, you know, if you like coloring flowers, because there's a lot of flowers and fairies, of course, but flowers, then you probably would like this one. I don't mind coloring flowers. So I really like this one, this book. I mean, I like all of them, but I definitely love this one. It's just so cute. Oh, that's the Alice. Oh, it's called Poppy in Wonderland. So her dress is like a poppy. It's definitely Alice, isn't it? Must be. And this is the little flower witch. So that's kind of Halloween-y picture. This one, it seems like it's underwater because there are little bubbles and seashells. So might be underwater. And there's a lot of presents, so you can make it more Christmassy if you like. Oh, this one's so pretty as well. And this is the Sleeping Beauty one. And there are no postcards. So there are 20 full-size images, no postcards. And yeah, I love that one too. So yeah, what do you think? Are you interested? Which one is your favorite, since they're so very, very different? Do you have a favorite? What I will do, I will link, I'll post the links to the books on Amazon Japan, because sometimes, you know, it's very difficult. Well, I find sometimes difficult to find things on Amazon Japan. So I'll post it to make it easy. I'm not affiliated with Amazon Japan, so those are not affiliated links, they're just regular links. And yeah, post in the comments what you think about the books. I love them all. I don't even know whether I have a favorite. I think they're so different that it would be very hard to say which one's a favorite. I think I like them all, and I'm hoping that there is more to come. I'll be keeping an eye definitely for any more in this series. Yeah, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.